am with Marta, founder of Eqclusive, and we're just going to have a wee chat, aren't we, about what's going on. So lots of people, I talk about Eqclusive a lot, and a lot of people say, oh yeah, they've been around for ages and stuff like that, but you really haven't, have you, Marta?
No.
This is a brand new company.
Yeah.
What's the story? How did it start?
So the story is I came to this country 11 years ago and I've noticed that a lot of people have been using synthetic brushes.
Yeah.
And it really scared me. I was like, one day I'll show people how to groom horses properly.
Yeah.
And I was made redundant 2.5 years ago from oil and gas industry.
Yeah.
And I've decided that's the time now to open
you.
the business. So what had happened, I've opened it 2.5 years ago. First 3 months we didn't sell anything, so it was mainly putting all the hard work, the graft behind this. So setting up the website, I've done everything myself, putting the products online. So everything was kind of set up. And then I've started promoting it. I find out a way with the marketing. I've used quite a lot of groups and different stuff, just used marketing that was for free, available for free.
Absolutely.
I didn't put any money into the business because I didn't want to risk it. I think when you are made redundant, you realize the value of the money that you have in savings.
So how did that work then? So how did you approach Has and to make that happen?
So I've approached them a long time ago and explained the idea behind the packs. And I think everything came at the right time for them and for us. And what had happened, we've signed the deals. I also managed to sign the deal with Eqclusive, the company who is doing the amazing shredding brushes. I've also contacted other companies that I've been using for a long time. So Busa and Fifth, that were not known at all in the UK market. And what had happened, I just was really honest with them where I am, where I've started, what's the plan. And I've just asked them for what a lot of people are scared to ask for, 30-day payment terms. And with that's how I've managed to build a business from nothing really, because I didn't need to have any money in. Whatever somebody bought, I just informed them how long it's going to take and ask them companies that the manufacture the actual product that somebody bought, and they sent it to me, they paid me, and that's how it worked.
That's how it got started.
And I think it's just not being scared of asking people for something that a lot of people be like, nobody's gonna give you 30 payment terms from the beginning, and I think that's what made it change.
A bold move.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So things have developed, obviously. You've now got the Allen packs. So tell us, how do they differ then from the colour packs that you've developed with Has?
So my packs are packs that are designed specifically for colour because they have the same type of horsehair used in the brushes that your horse have. So with that you go deeper into the coat and clean it better. Allen has been using the brushes now for over 1.5 years, and he even took them to Olympics, which I was sitting and I couldn't speak to nobody and tell them this, but it was an amazing experience just even watching and knowing that the horses brushed with my brushes. And I've met with Allen and he was just extremely blunt and honest and said that he would prefer a pack that will have everything in once, so he doesn't need to think which brush to use for which color of the horse, because of course he is constantly on his feet, doing lots of stuff, and it's not only one horse, it's 24 horses at the yard. So that's when we sat down with nearly 500 brushes from different companies from all over the country, all over the world, and decided on this kind of range of brushes.
Great.
And it was really funny because I put this set aside and I was like, I think that's what he will choose, and we've only differ on one brush.
Really?
What Allen chosen. So it's
show us the brushes. Show us them.
So the brushes, you start with the CarryComb. So the CarryComb is really important because it picks up all the dirt from underneath. It's really hard at the back but really soft inside. Most of the dressage horses, most of the people know, are extremely sensitive. So Allen really needed to develop a pack that is extremely soft, so any horse, even the most sensitive horse, will enjoy it. Then Mr. Flecky. And it's extremely soft, flicky brush. It's really hard to find a brush that is so soft. It's really good to flick all the dirt, but also what happens, the static happens, so the coat lifts up. It's like with my hair, you can see it lifts up because of this brush. So then what happens when you use Mr. Glossy? It goes deep into the coat like my brushes.
Right.
Because this one is extremely soft, but because you've already flicked the coat, what had happened, you then go with this one really deep in.
Yep.
And then after you've go and took out everything out of the coat, you go in normal direction and it removes everything from the top coat. Then we have the two brushes that are Quartermark and coat gloss brush.
Yep.
Very dense brush, which is really good for making them really polished.
Yep.
But because you can't move your hand when you put it like that, it's amazing for quartermarks.
Great.
And then Mr. Polisher.
Yes.
Alan's favorite and Vallegra's favorite as well.
Yep.
It's really just a buffing up brush.
Yep.
It looks very just like a toy really, but you really see a difference after this brush.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. A lot of people are just like, oh, whatever, it's just a polishing brush, but you can really see how much they shine up.
Yep.
And then Alan has also a face brush, which a lot of people with showing horses use for quartermarks as well because it's smaller.
Of course. So that's me now hiding away out of the rain because the rain's come on, it's a bit wet. But I think you'll agree, Marta she's just fab. She's quite an inspiration in terms of how she's built her business, but also the quality of the products that she's producing. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend go and buy this Allen pack in particular. You've also got a competition on at the moment. If you buy the pack, you are entered into a prize draw to win a day with Alan in London. So you get to go and spend a night in a lovely hotel, go for lunch at Harrods, go and groom some horses, and a whole day to pick his brains. So I would highly recommend that you enter. If you enter within the next 7 days, you get 2 entries into the prize draw. After the 1st of September, every pack you still get 1 entry, and the winner will be drawn on the 1st of October. So I totally recommend you go and do that, and best of luck.